Good day to you. This is review 9 for the chapter 9 test. Let's begin. In number 1 here, I would rewrite the expression as root 5 over root 12. I would convert root 12 into 4 and 3, so that's actually 2 roots of 3. So it looks like 5 over 2 roots of 3. We only have to get rid of the root 3 in the bottom, so we multiply top and bottom by root 3. So you could remember, multiply roots with roots, numbers with numbers. Root 5 times root 3 is root 15. 2 times root 3 times root 3. Root 3 times root 3 is 3 times 2 is 6. Number 2 is the question because there's a plus or minus, so it's a conjugate. So you multiply 5 minus root 7 over 5 minus root 7. When you FOIL the top, you get 30 minus 6 root 7. On the bottom, you can cheat and you can skip the O and the I in the FOIL. So do 5 times 5, which is 25. And then you got a minus 7. That simplifies to 30 minus 6 root 7 all over 18. We can divide each piece here by 6. So that gives me 5 minus root 7 all over 3. Number 3, break up each piece individually. We have the square root of 108, which breaks up into, so the 108 breaks up into 36 and 3. So this piece is 6 root 3. Over here we have a 3, and then you get 9 and 5, so you get 3 root 3, but times 3, so this is 9 root 5. And then we're minusing. 4 goes into 60, leaving me 15, so you get 2 roots of 15. And then here you get 100 in there, so it leaves 5 home, so you get 10 roots of 5. And then you're minusing, and then into 147 goes 49, leaving you 3, so that's 7 roots of 3. Combine the common roots, I get a 6 root 3 and a negative 7 root 3. And I got a 9 root 5 and a 10 root 5, so that's 19 roots of 5. I got a minus 2 root 15, and then a minus root 3. It doesn't matter the order that you put them, but this is the answer that you were looking for number 3. Number 4, this first piece, you multiply it out. 3 times 3 is 9. Root 5 times root 5 is 5. So this first piece becomes 45. Here you have to FOIL this piece out. So you want 2 of these, 3 minus root 5s. When you FOIL, you get 9 minus 3 root 5 minus another 3 root 5, and then you're minusing 5. Well, combining it all, you have 45, and then you are adding 5 and 9 to it, so that's 59. Then you got a negative 3 root 5, another negative 3 root 5, so that's negative 6 roots of 5 for your answer. Number 5, compare the two triangles. This is the shared side, so it's the medium and the large. So x is the shared side, so it goes spots 2 and 3. Medium is 6, large is 9. Cross multiply, x squared is 56. What goes into here is 9 and 6. So you can pull out a 3, leaving you home a 6. So x equals 3 root 6. Number 6, this is the shared side here between the medium and the small. So x will go in spot 2 and 3. The small is 5 and 3. So you cross multiply. X squared is equal to 15. So x equals root 15, and you can't break that up. This is the side we're looking for, but this can't be the shared side. This is an actual, the base that we refer to all the time. So let's just do Pythagorean theorem and say x squared is equal to 2 root 5 squared plus 5 root 3 squared. This is 4 times 5, so this is 20. This is 5 times 5, so that's 25 times 3, so that's 75. You got x squared. Add them up and you get 95. So you got x is equal to square root of 95. The next one, you want the base, but you have one of the shared side, which is 20. So let's call this piece x for right now. And from there, we can say that 20 is the shared side between both of them. 10 root 5 and x. So we get 10 root 5x is equal to 400 divided 400 divided by 10 root 5. We get 40 over root 5. Can't leave it down there. So multiply top and bottom by root 5. We get 40 root 5 over 5. And 5 goes into 40, giving you 8 root 5. So this piece here is equal to 8 root 5. So the whole thing that we're looking for is 18 root 5 when you add 10 root 5 and 8 root 5 to give you 18 roots of 5. Let's scroll down to continue the page. Number 9, the altitude of a right triangle has drawn to the hypotenuse has a length of 6, and one leg of the right triangle has a length of 2 roots 5. Find the length of the hypotenuse. So let's draw our triangle. We have a right triangle. It has an altitude to the hypotenuse. That length is 6. And one of the legs of the right triangle is 2 root 15 is what we're looking for. Find the length of the hypotenuse. Well, what can you see here? You can find a missing piece here, because you can see that this is a right triangle. So I'm going to call this piece x, and I can say that x squared is equal to x squared plus 6 squared is equal to 2 root 15 squared. So that's 2 times 2 is just 4. 4 times 15, that's 60, is equal to x squared plus 36. Minus that over, x squared is equal to 24. So x is equal to 2 root 6 for this piece here. Now I'm going to call this piece y, and I'm going to use my part and say that 6 is the shared side. I know that x is 2 root 6, and we got y. So we got 2 root 6, y is equal to 36. Divide by 2 root 6 to cancel it out. And we get over here, multiply top and bottom by root 6. So then we get 36 root 6 all over 12, and 12 goes into that, 3 root 6. So final answer is 2 root 6 plus 3 root 6, which ends up equaling the 5 root 6 that we have in our answer column. Here are the two circles. We're looking for this shaded region right in here. Two circles have the same center P. AB is 2, PD is 4. So that means the whole big radius is 6. We got the angle of 135. Find the measure of arc. So that's easy. That's the same as the central angle. So that's 135. BC, the measure of arc. This should be BD. I apologize. That should be also 135, because it's just how many degrees it is. It doesn't ask for the length of it. The length would cause it to be different. So the length of AC now has a radius of 6, so you do 2 pi times 6, which is 12 pi. And you're going to be multiplying by 135 over 360, which that fraction. So we got 12 pi times 3/8, and that reduces to 9/2 pi. For BC, we'll put it this way. BC has a radius of 4, So that's 2 pi times 4, which is 8 pi. So we got 8 pi times 3/8, and then we end up with 3 pi for that answer. And how much is BED? Well, BED is on the circle. It opens up to arc 135, so it's half of that, and that's 67.5 degrees for that answer. The perimeter and the area of the shaded region. Well, the perimeter, we have the two lengths. We have 9 pi over 2 for this piece here. We have 3 pi for this piece here. We have 2 for this piece and 2 for this piece. So we got, for the perimeter, we got 4, and then we're adding, this got to be over 2, so then we're adding 15 pi over 2 for our perimeter. The area of the shaded region, well, we need to find two areas. The area of one piece, so we have 4 squared pi times 3/8, and we have 6 squared pi times 3/8. We minus the bigger one from the smaller one. So when we do this, we get 36 times 3 divided by 8, which is going to give you 27 pi over 2. And we're subtracting 16 times 3 divided by 8, which is equal to 6 pi. And that needs to be over 2, so that means this becomes 12. And then when we subtract those two, we get 15 pi over 2. This is a challenging question. We'll do a lot more of these when we come to the circle chapter. So I just wanted to give you something that is challenging here. So, but nothing like that will be on the test. Number 11, here's the shaded region right in here. We know this is a right angle, so this arc right here ends up equaling 180 degrees. When we look at this, A, B, C, G, and F are on the circle. It is a rectangle. BC, find the length of BC. We know DE is 16, and we know GE is 6, and we know that AB is 12. Well, 16 is just this piece here. What we do know is that half of it is 8. So what we can do is we can draw in a right triangle here, and we can figure out the radius to the circle, because this is 6, this is 8, this is 10, by being a 6, 8, 10 triangle. So if that side is 10, you know the whole length of AC has to equal 20, because it's the diameter. And if that's 20, you know that side BC is in a 12 blank 20 triangle. So that's a 3, 4, 5 multiplied by 4. So this missing piece is 16 that they're looking for. When you want to find the area of the shaded region, well, you know that the area of the rectangle equals 16 by 6, which is 96, and the area of the circle is it's half, because it's 180 times a radius of 10, so that is 100 pi, so that ends up being 50 pi, and you always minus the big piece, which was the circle, half minus the smaller piece, and there is your final answer. This ends part 1, which is page 1 of review sheet.